do you pick into this? Do you pick a Pango? You wouldn't hate it.
10 seconds remaining.
Pango against a TA, Pango not to care about
5
the
seconds remaining.
arena. You've already got
Team ban.
Grimstroke for the Mirana. Terrorblade. I'm not nuts about it. I'm going to be honest. You know, like, it is something that's going to be able to outcarry the TA eventually. But early on, Mars deals with yourself, plus your illusions, plus CK's
10
illusions.
seconds
So
remaining.
I'm worried about where the damage is going to come from if Tino's on point with
5
his arenas.
seconds
And he's shown that he's
remaining.
pretty capable with that Mars, time and time again.
Yeah, I definitely think it's probably Tino's best hero. I mean, back when he was starting on the position 3, before he joined Boom, yeah, they were giving him the Mars at a ridiculous rate. They're just like, nope, we're going to give you the Mars, easy hero to execute, we'll just give you that. And you're seeing his continued over once he's gone back to the 3. So I
Didn't get any nerfs in the recent patch as well. Basically, the only offlaner that didn't.
Yeah, so I feel like the value of the Mars has definitely been increased, and it was already strong beforehand. I'm looking at, we saw Zeus earlier in the day. I wonder if they're going to consider it. You're up against 2 illusioned
10
heroes now,
seconds
so
remaining.
that could be a potential.
Radiant team ban.
They ban Lesh into Terrorblade. It can go back and forth, that matchup, but once TB gets Scardy, it's actually pretty TB favored.
Is Storm banned? Like, if they ban the Storm, I'll be like, all right, well, let's see the Zeus. But other than that, I think Storm just gets on top of you and allows the rest of the team to converge.
10 seconds remaining.
They don't have jump though at this point in time on Patriots. That's the thing.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's my big concern. That's why I'm kind of mentioning. There you go,
Oh.
Storm ban. So
Could happen.
we could just see a Tinker.
Could see a Tinker.
But he didn't get buffed, did he? I think no, he didn't. I'm pretty sure it was just Zeus. So there's still a couple of spirits available. Oh, that's so boring, man.
Ooh, boring.
Why?
It's fine, but it's into a
No.
bunch of armor.
Not fine. It's a boring hero. I wanted something exciting, not just a Bob Conquer.
I mean, it's
10
more that
seconds
enables
remaining.
TA to right click, right? Same sort of thing with the DP, with the EXO. Although,
5
I mean,
seconds
DP is going to have to be
remaining.
very careful with her positioning. She's super capable of just being burst down really quick. I'm expecting to see a really early, like probably a couple of fluffy hats into a Ghost Scepter on the DP. I don't think you can afford to go Ag Shard this game just because you're still going to have illusions that are attacking you.
Where to
What
jump?
do they get? Do they need jump? I mean, it's nice, but like you can't Void Spirit into a Conquer.
Yeah, I feel like you're suiciding the lane if you go that route.
Yeah.
If you don't have jump, I think how do you force fights? That's the issue, because I think you can run away with arena, with boat. Traps are always going to give you vision. Like, it looks like Execration that just have a much easier way of starting fights and taking fights.
Oh, for sure. It's not going to be a bad. I'm just thinking of Among Die heroes, and I'm drawing a blank. Like Huskar? Huskar's not awful.
It's not.
Like the disarm against all of their right click is pretty nice. Into the Conquer, it'll be a decent enough matchup. Among Die likes to play it. I don't think you Dawnbreaker into
Can't
this.
puck, I don't think, as well. So they do.
Void Spirit.
Hero.
So-
I don't know. I'm. What are you thinking?
I think it was the hero they needed. I think the lane is Conquer favored. But
Heavily.
yep. It's also
It's a mid TA, by the way. So probably even more favored towards Execration.
It's a very strong safe lane Execration have now with the Conquer Death Prophet. I think.
What are you thinking?
I think Momong Dai can still have a very good game. I think you're okay.
10
Like you,
seconds remaining.
as long as they block the small camp, which they might not do.
5 seconds
As long as they block the
remaining.
small camp, though, to stop Void Spirit from getting farm. I think it's important for them to be able to secure the power runes and water runes from Among Die so he can regen through the kind of spam from the Templar Assassin. but I think that you're going to have a mid laner who can make a lot more rotations, whereas your Conqueror in the safe lane, it's very difficult for you to rotate across the map because you're not mid. You don't have the avenue to top or bottom. You kind of can only TP to the opposite side of the map. So I think that is kind of a big advantage. Execration, for them to unlock the early game, it does rely on, I believe, Tino's level 6. So eyes on Patriots in particular, how they can want to enable Mamang Dai with the water runes, and then also how they can get power runes and look to get kills on the side lanes.
Yeah, he needs to play a very sacrificial game this time around. Like, basically, his job every single team fight is kill the supports or zone them out entirely, and allow TB and Chaos Knight to do the work against the other cores that they've got in the game. Because if I don't see him get a Yule Scepter, I'll be kind of shocked. I think he needs that to be able to go in, soak up a lot of the attention, and then allow the rest of the team to join in. He's obviously going to have Inkswell to assist with that a little bit. But I think I want to see a Yule Scepter into an Aghanims for the Void Spirit this game. I'm still not super confident about that laning stage. So yeah, like you said, those rotations through towards the water runes to make his life a little bit easier is going to be pretty damn necessary.
Yeah, the Void Spirit build's very interesting now. Just with how the changes to the E-Blade. Remember when that got implemented, we were seeing a lot of Void Spirits just rush the E-Blade. So
Not this game. Not this game. Like your other cores are pure physical, right? So you're basically just doing it solely for yourself, and I don't think you can afford that. Ag's much better this game. You're a utility core in this game for Mamang Daya.
I don't think he'll do it. I think there also could be consideration for Witchblade. That was a different route we were seeing the Void Spirit go down. I don't think he'll do it, but I think it's something you could definitely consider versus a couple of strength heroes with the percent damage that comes out.
Even just the physical, like the armor, you get 6 armor from it, which is pretty important as this Void Spirit. Start with 2 against either a Kunkka or a TA, so obviously that's pretty vital. And even against the refraction, it's kind of nice just to have something else ticking down on it.
It's not percent damage. I don't. How would you? It's 0.75
damage
times
over
your
time.
intel. Yeah, but it does a lot to strength heroes though, from what it seems. Not that I guess it doesn't really matter who it is from. It's just based on your intel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another route we were kind of seeing the Void Spirits go down as well, because you get the tick with the Astral Step. But yeah, I'm in agreement. I think yours. It also just gives you a fallback mechanism. Of course, the simulate's very good to be able to dodge the boat combo, but only having one can be awkward because you even have to be. Imagine if you get silence from the Death Prophet, then all of a sudden you're in a very tricky scenario. So you can jump in,
You need Yules.
get the Yules, get the stun into the Inkswell. So that really does fix some of the issues I had with Patriots lineup, which is how they, I think, struggled to take fights. But I still think the team fighting is very lackluster. You have to amplify your Terrorblade to a crazy extent, and I think the team fight comes out from the Agshard Grim and the Aghanims eventually on the Void Spirit.
And even then, like, Mars just drops the arena, TB isn't anywhere near as effective. Even just, like, toggling Bulwark, right, is just going to do so much to reduce TB's damage output. So I feel like as long as you're focusing down the CK, someone that isn't necessarily as hindered by the Mars, you're going to have a pretty good team fight for Execration. I'm going to say them. They're the stronger team. They've been looking more solid. They haven't shown as many, like, big strategic blunders as Patriots have so far, and I feel like they've got the slightly better. They're definitely better in at least one lane, maybe 2, but I think overall their draft just meshes well.
Yeah, do you feel like also their lineup just seems a little bit easier to execute? I think that's something we were mentioning about in the draft, and I don't know if the Void Spirit kind of helps out. Well, I think it helps out Patriots, but I still feel like Radiants are easier to execute.
Yeah, I think it's easier to execute. I think it would have been even easier if you still ran this Kunkka mid and the TA safe lane, just because you have a Mirana that's able to rotate through, so just X into Torrent into Arrow probably guarantees you the kill. TA doesn't have that same setup mechanism, so it's a little worse, but I feel like they just really wanted to secure TA the best lane possible, and you do, of course, have that kill potential with a Grimstroke and a CK in the side lanes, so Kunkka's going to be able to tank through a little bit more of that.
Even
What are you waiting
Jikroy's.
for?
Yeah, I know. What's going on, lads? Just dropped the weight.
Came here to play Dota.
Have-
From miles away.
That's right. That's the
What can you do, brother?
post-draft smoko time.
True, true. All right. We've already got Polaris and Enigma C guaranteed upper bracket. Who are the other two teams that you think are going to be there? I'm saying it's Army Geniuses and Execration.
I will agree. So Army Geniuses just need to win one game, and Execration need to win two, and they have 3 series left, so 6 maps left. They have to win 2 out of those 6s, which one's against. They're not well, this is really the easiest series. The other ones are against Army Geniuses and Polaris. So
Okay. And Army Geniuses have to win 1 out of 4, I believe.
yeah. And one's versus Neon, and like we said, the other against Execration. So yeah, I think it'll be Army Geniuses and Execration. I think they've got too many maps left to play where they're good enough teams to edge out a victory. I think I really am anticipating this to be. I want to say 2-0. I think Execration definitely the stronger team coming into it. I think if they're ever going to 2-0 one of their last remaining series, it's definitely this one.
Yep, I'd agree with that. Shall see, though. Of course, Patriots, they just want the one will win themselves to be able to secure at least the lower bracket for themselves.
Yeah, you just want to not have to rely on the other teams to be losing. Who's the CEO?
Of?
No, UK's saying CEO move.
I don't know.
Follow's saying, what happened? Man, I got kicked. God damn Henry.
30 seconds to
Just-
battle.
Chucking us all out to dry. Oh. Don't get the D award. Oh, disastrous. Jank's gonna take a little bit of damage though. Flexion into the Ignite, so he's got a couple of tangos. Even I was gonna say, I might even consider going all the way back to base, but I guess there's bounties that they have to be fighting over. Get the bounties!
The battle begins.
Is Bob, does he outclick? Oh, Mamang Dyer, give him the tip. Come on, man, you're leaning up against him. You gotta get in his mind.
I would ask my teammates for friendly tips, you know? So it's like, you can't say you're shading the other person. It's just like, oh, we just want to pump our guy up. But they know. They know.
Just a bit of banter. Nothing crazy. Nothing in it. Also, this, like we mentioned, it's not the easiest lane matchup for Mamang Dyer. Resonant Pulse isn't going to really do too much, especially versus these side blades, but I've been very impressed with Mamang Dyer, honestly, through the BTS Pro Series. So we'll see how this is able to continue into a game like this.
Does a courier get sniped by an ogre? That's what I want to know.
What do you mean? What's wrong with Ogre?
He's a melee hero. He is slow. He has no boots. It's the first wave.
There's so many things wrong with the Ogre sniping a courier. A bit of gold? How much? 25? You'd take a last hit for all the lads.
Ooh, able to dodge out the arrow.
Easy sidestep. Got his dancing
See what I love?
shoes.
He made sure to put the tango, get it ticking before he goes and makes a lot of that harass happen. Get the other courier UK. You know you want it. Nah,
Bob?
miss out.
Alright, well, he's almost solo killed.
That would have been pretty huge if they were able to get it that early. He what's the gold amounts? Just one more creep for Bob until he's able to send out his bottle. Among Dyer, it needs one more creep as well, so should arrive for Bob a slight amount earlier if he's able to get that for these impending water runes. That'll be huge.
Top lane, UK's in trouble. Jikro has the level 2, and actually, they're going to turn it back around on Tino. They need one more right click, but now with the stick charges, Tino is healthy enough as Jikro. Oh, what? The spear splits the middle, and meanwhile, mid lane, Mamang Dyer solo kills. What's going on? Top lane, Jikro, Fairy Fire, trying to stand his ground with the meta damage. He's still gonna end up dying. What? Dude, I'm speechless.
Good luck
5
observing.
kills. 5 kills in the span of 15 seconds, maybe?
Mm-hmm. T-Tours chat. How could
Shut
Ares miss
the
all
hell
of
up. Imagine if I didn't miss all of them. Who got first blood? Was it you? Who got it? I don't know.
Lim. Lim did on
Okay.
Vincenzo.
Buggies.
What would you even call that? It's I don't think that's a net win for anyone, to be honest.
It's well, Mamang Dyer is bodying mid.
I guess. Yeah, true. Mid's probably the only one that's really convincing. Top lane probably should have been much more Patriots favored as well.
This is huge now for the Void Spirit. Like you're as long as he gets these levels, because when you get 6, if you can get it early enough to start making rotations, you can even just clear the wave so that kind of the damage issues. Oh, that's a huge play. Drags back Bob onto the tower. So a little bit of damage from the tower. Oh, sorry, from the extra, what is it, 90 damage early on.
Even just with Shanks in the top lane, like you almost you almost never see a Mirana go anything other than leap at level 2. But he actually skilled up Starstorm just so that they had the extra damage to get those kills. Ended up being there for both of them, and so he's already nearly level 4. Oh, arrow.
Tino has the shield crash. Only 1 level it though, so it's not going to be enough damage. Shanks is going for it. Stunned
not?
under the tower, but he's got a couple of leaps still available, so we'll get out of harm's way.
Shanks is a Chad, man. He's one of my favorite. Oh,
Oh my god!
going mid lane.
No.
Ooh, just able to dodge out the side blades there.
To good use.
Let's take a look at bottom. How's this going? We just saw the kill onto Palos' Conquer. We've spoken a lot about Delul and his flex potential with this Chaos Knight, and it's proving to be a similar story. He's looking very good. 1-0-1, and of course the Grimstroke is a incredible laner as well, but kind of surprised because Radiant, their bottom lane's really not atrocious at all. Like a Death Prophet along with the Conquer.
Yeah, that's right. And well, speaking of the bot lane, they're looking to make a little bit of a play onto Delul. I mean, level 3 on the DP is very scary to have to go up into.
Is under attack.
I said on Jikroy pops the meta, just gets last attack from afar. Tino's going to take a bit of damage now, but they don't have UK to be in range for the Fire Blast, and he's also missing creeps under the tower, so at least Jikroy gets 205 gold rewarded for the Mirana kill.
Kills everywhere, man. We do see Vincenzo. He's going into the build that we were kind of expecting.
Tino's
right?
in trouble top. They got 2 points in Ignite now, so yeah, Tino should be killed off. Last right click. In fact, UK is going to be rewarded for that, so they're doing a very good job top for Patriots.
I mean, you can actually be dishing out the most damage on your team at the level 7, level 10 mark on UK. You get the max ignite, you get the Grimstroke with a soulbind, multicasting. It's actually a ridiculous amount of, what would you even call those, casks flying out there. It's like a Molotov cocktail, basically, that UK throws at people.
That's a good way to put it. Mid lane. Another rotation for the Grimstroke. They've got 2 points in the
Radiant's
spell.
tower is under attack.
So they're going to have ways to be able to go through the refraction. Bob, I don't think he gets out of this one. Beautiful rotation from Limp. That is perfect in what we were saying. Well, Walter going to help out with the power runes, but the fact that Mamang Dai got a very early level 6 is really going to help out now throughout this game. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the double damage rune. At least Shanks is able to take that out of the hands of the Void Spirit.
Yeah, nice rotation by Shanks to prevent the snowball from continuing. Even snipes away the bounty rune, gets an arrow up for himself, makes sure the pull isn't happening. Shanks is doing everything up on this top side.
He's doing a very good job at the moment for the Mirana. And I think it is by far one of Shanks' best here. It's often what Execration like to fall back on. So we'll see. Of course, a very undervalued thing about the hero is just the Moonlight Shadow, something that's very hard to gauge the worth on it, and I should say how much value you actually get out of it in game, but of course being able to set up for pickoffs, set up for team fights. So Shank's also going to hit a pretty good level timing as he's also making sacks, so yeah, he is doing everything for
Radiant's top
Execration
tower
early.
is under attack.
Yep. Even just giving Tino that solo experience underneath his own tower. He probably wants to be using his mana if he can afford it, just because it doesn't really make sense to be holding 100% mana, especially when you've got raindrops plus a clarity. But yeah, here we go, looking to try and make a play bottom. Palace, he's level 6. Instant rotation from Shanks.
Play with the creep.
Save him?
Oh, no, it won't. The boat kills off the creep. Now can have a free pathing in for the arrow. But now with Shanks showing bottom, let's see what the plays for Patriots. They're going to try and drag the top lane back in. So Tino, if he's going to get any farm, has to put himself really far out in this lane, which could result in a death. They have metal? They do.
How about I just kill one?
I mean, Lim's soaking up a little bit of experience here, but you just have to compare. Obviously, a Grimstroke is nowhere near as effective as rotating as a Mirana, but it just doesn't feel like he's making...
Oh, Jikri goes an aggressive Sunder. Tino's got plenty of one charges. Might be forced to use a defensive arena. Ignite's going to expire. And Tino actually survives, so a bit awkward. Sunder on cooldown. Also kind of... Sometimes you don't like to get the Sunder level as well, because it's just going to slow down your farming speed.
Yeah, for sure. It feels like they've got early-ish timings on Execration, right? So it makes sense to have one point into it, especially if they can use it to...
Bottom lane, to lose in trouble once again. It's only a 1 second stun, so it's not going to offset the combo. It's a nice attempt at the Phantasm. Without the boat, though, it will be lacking control. And, well, in fact, Shanks also had the arrow on cooldown, so... I think they get it, in fact, if they had the arrow, but unfortunately not going to be the case.
But they're doing a great job. I mean, a lot of these rotations from Shanks in particular are stopping these stacks from being built up. You can see there's a Sentry Ward inside the hard camp. They haven't been able to stack the Ancients at all. Not that you have the greatest Ancients takers on Patriots' side, but every little bit does count, and it's going to result in an even bigger net worth lead, even though the kill score is still Patriots' favored. Already level 6 on Shanks as well. 9 minutes in. Doesn't need the tome. Going straight into the Aghanim Scepter. Now, this game, I like it. Just because you're going up against all of those illusions, it's going to have a high level of effectiveness.
Blessings.
Do you wish we had the old Mirana Ags?
The double Starstorm.
Yeah. Want mid lane among Dire? Simulate. Oh, okay. I was gonna say he's off the mark with the escape, but he's alright. So that's boat use. I would like to see Dire smoke. What level is Inkswell? It's up to 3. I'd really like to see Dire make a play with boat on cooldown.
Potentially, but like, where do you make the plays? It feels like Void Spirit still really wants this Yule Scepter before he's able to do that. Maybe if he gets the perfect power rune, it's bot. And he actually ends up taking it, so probably not going to be the
Radiant's
case.
middle tower is under attack.
More difficult, of course, being that daytime now, but they will still smoke. I like going down to Delors lane as well, because I think that you're not going to do anything top. Meta on cooldown, you can't pressure the tower. In fact, he's even back in the jungle, so UK is just soaking up the experience. As with no one showing mid and the wave going to be under the tower, this will make this smoke very obvious.
They're even pinging out Vincenzo. Stay in safety. Stay as close to the trees as possible.
Nice read.
They know exactly where he is because of the courier.
They can fight.
Cutting in through the backside.
They can fight if they get TPs down pretty soon. He's relatively tanky, 1300 health. They'll need the Mars Arena to turn it around, and they do not want to bring them down. Palace a little bit too late. They did Moonlight Shadow, so they're finally going to step in. Palace going to get the combo off onto Lim, so... A trade of 1-for-1. Oh, Tino's actually looking for among Dire. It's going to be a point-blank arrow, but the stun lock is enough. And oh, Jesus, that Tidebringer was so much damage.
That's deadly. I was thinking, wow, there's a really slow rotation coming through. They end up smoking again. I believe it might have just caught it, the Observer Ward, as they look to make the rotation through to mid. But they really want to take this mid tower. With Vincenzo respawning, popping the Exorcism immediately. They want to try and invade as much as possible. Going for the backstab here, Tino. Could be the second time he's done it. They find Jikroy.
Alright, well, he's got the Sunder, but no opportunity. Spear into arrow, beautifully done. That's an awesome move from Execration. They defend bot, they didn't use Arena, they connected to mid where they were looking to push. You're expecting... You're going to convert on that smoke like 9 out of 10 times, it feels like. Because Patriots, it's so difficult to give up a tier 1 tower, especially in the mid tower when you have a Terrorblade, because it just... Oh, they get... I don't think it matters, Arrow. Okay, maybe it does. Shanks is such a high level. Among Die feels like he can A little bit of damage on himself with the ink spell. It's going to turn back to Tino. Among Die gets the arcane room, so has to dissimulate to get out to the high ground. No! Oh, he got too greedy. He got too greedy. Now UK's got to step in the lane.
Arrow's
They have
coming.
the percent damage. Arrow's on the mark again as Bob just waits. But unfortunately doesn't get the finishing blow as Vincenzo. He's going to dance his way over the triangle execration. This is a beatdown in game 1.
4, 1, and 5 on Shanks. He only hasn't been part of 1 kill, and he's already nearly halfway towards the Aghanim Scepter. He's having a fantastic time early on. Every rotation is a winner. Just playing really effectively.
They're going to get Jik Roy.
Are they?
It's right. He's baiting because the rest of the team are coming. Arrow's going to be dodged. Okay, now they won't get the kill with the backstab though. Delu run straight into the Mirana. The Great Spear's going to offset the damage at the moment. He's got the Rally Rift to drag back, but of course Shanks playing around with some leap charges means that Delu will be able to get a kill of his own. So Execration, they don't lose anything, and meanwhile Pelos has already got a BKB completed 13 minutes in.
Jensen playing with fire there though. Just running into a meted TB as a position 5.
Bob is also loving life. Almost Desolated complete. If they get one... Oh yeah, honestly, if they get one pick off, they can Roche. They don't need Exo, just waiting for the Desolator. So I don't want to give them that opportunity. Probably looking like they're going to take a fight. They've got Phantasm, level 10 on Among Dire. Obviously, they will not have the Arcane Rune though. It's about to expire.
And they're fighting right underneath a Observer Ward as well, so they got to be careful. You don't want to be just going for a blind smoke here. There's really no reason for Execration to want to fight into it. They can, but...
Oh, Tino. There we go. Gets a connection. Lim's going to be nearby. Among Dire's going to look to jump in and try and trade the life of the Chaos Knight, but... yeah, going to these heroes in Execration with how farm they are, it's almost suicide on Among Dire. And, well, unfortunately for UK... Oh, miss on the spear. Tino doesn't have the mana now for the arena, so Among Dire is going to jump inside the river. It's a beautiful combo. Dodges the arrow. Now has the burst of Vincenzo's life, or does he? Spirit Siphon, buying a little bit of time. Among Dire's got to be cautious, man, especially Bob connecting to the lane. Shanks' arrows up in a couple of seconds, UK. Oh, look at the backstab, Palos, man. What is his position? Conker wrapping all the way around to block off the escape avenue. There's 3 of sacrifice to the gods and Execration. They only lose Tino on the Mars.
And you said you only needed 1 pick off, but to potentially go for Roche. Well, they got 3, and they've got that Desolator available if they wanted to position themselves around this area. Arrow going to scout out if there's any kind of Observer Ward. Not going to be the case. Straight on into Roche.
First hit bash. So you look at the Meld, I look at the first hit bash from Roche.
They got the damage off, didn't they?
That is true, but...
It lasts way too long, man. How does it last for 12
No.
seconds?
It's not broken. It's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with Templar Assassin.
Make it like, I don't know, 6, 8, 10, 12. That would be balanced.
No. Nothing wrong. It's only 1-1 game on Radiant. Genzo. That's probably when he can't get the Spirit Siphon charged off. It's going to be pretty vulnerable to the burst. So they're able to get a kill out of it. Yeah, poor old Lim. It's kind of catching stray arrows left, right, and center. Are they going for Shanks?
Oh, Shanks. This would be big. Big
Will
killing
be. He's a
streak.
very high level on the Mirana. 1 leap. Trying to leap for the second. Doesn't find it. Oh, Bob's going to try and get the DD. What the? Oh my god, Bob. That was so much damage. Now the double traps slowing up Lim along with UK. So Palace will close the dip. Dude. Stop. Another trap on the backline to Law. Going to jump into the middle. Palos is pretty vulnerable at the moment, not unless TH just does that. The meld damage is ridiculous at this stage of the game. It's another meld out before Jikro's Sunder was actually on cooldown. He previously used it as they are not done. Execration chasing for the team wipe. It looks like Vincenzo will do it himself. He doesn't need Bob. Well, he'll need the Exo, it looks like, in the last right click. Man, Execration is just bodying Patriots in this game 1.
There's a 10k net worth lead, 16.5 minutes in. Don't want to be giving up your life this easily, though, Vincenzo. Diving underneath the tower at this stage. He should beat his life away. Should. Okay. I mean, well, you said TA was balanced. What do you call that in that recent fight? Just essentially two-shotting a few heroes this early on.
What is that laugh? What the hell? No, nothing wrong with this hero. Nothing wrong at all. I think we are going to see a lot more Templar Assassin at the major. I know the refraction got reduced a little bit, but with the nerfs to Tiny and Doosa, they were kind of the two best farming carries at the moment. And now TA's, like, the Battle Fury, can't hold that thought as Die. They're moving bottom. This is really nice read from Die. If they get there fast enough, Jikru does have the strength shed, so I think he's going to be able to sustain through the damage. Arrows on the mark, Sunder's still on cooldown, but he's going to be able to juke his way to the right side. Meanwhile, Tino's in trouble. Galor's on top of the Mars. And it will be dragged back to his death as also they get the kill on Shanks. So really nice read from Patriots.
You die.
And I think Tino thought that the Sunder was available. If he just kept right-clicking, Jikro would have died. Would have been well worth the rotation, even if both of them went down.
Is even Chenzo under the ward? They can get another kill. Chaining kill into kill. Like, this is really important for Patriots with how far behind they are. There's a lot of experience and gold given over to the lads on Dire. Of course, Vincenzo's not easy to kill at all. But it will be UK getting the bounty.
I thought that was you.
Bob might just killed Delul. Oh, never mind.
Dire's top tower.
Well, Delul just went and stole away a dragon scale that Bob, in his tunnel vision core farming habits, just was like, oh, an item?
Now.
I don't need it.
Why are you roasting cores?
They know what they did.
They know what they did. Minute 30 left on the Aegis. Oh, he's got Blink.
Dire's top
This is...
tower.
Look at the trap vision, man! We get the Uniting the River. Bob's still chasing down Delul. Phantasm's gonna... Oh.
Arena in one.
Dude, you can't juke! Oh my god, he one-hit the Phantasm Illusion. Meanwhile, mid lane. Ogre's gonna get killed off. Everyone else needs to retreat. Mamung Dai mistimes to Yules. As Pelos drags him back, and the Tidebringer instantly cutting away the life. And Tino, the nick of timing as well. As soon as the TP was used, he was able to cancel that thanks to the spear. Tino's on point this game. So with Execration, it's 4 heroes down, just corpses continuing to... Oh, and couriers through everything's littering the map.
The hell killed that courier?
Bob. Blinked over.
Okay.
Dire's middle tower.
Was it just waiting at the secret shop or something?
No,
Maybe
it flew over the
TP'd
trap.
and it flew.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I just don't have no reason to see why the courier would be there if it only had a mithril hammer on it, you know?
It was because
He must have been
TB was top, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, actually, why was it pathing that way? Maybe
He must have been bottom and TP top, and the courier went through mid.
Mi comprendo. I know you did just say that before. I'm clicking. It's okay. Bob's got a DD.
All right.
Beautiful.
They're getting melted. UK, buy the shard. You got to do it. It works now. And they smoked under a trap. I hate TA. I hate it so much. It does everything.
At least they don't have ages.
They know exactly where they are. I mean, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Oh, they're coming for the fight. They got a ward as well. They're going to jump to the south. Bob, if they don't kill him instantly, he could turn it with DD. Nice play from Among Die. He's going to get out of harm's way. Now instantly on top of Bob, but he's protected for the mouth. What? Detection. They didn't have any. And instantly that attempt stopped in his tracks. As now to the south they go as Lim. He's trying to get some retribution, some kill, but they won't be able to do so. Among Die. All the fear out.
Oh my god.
How's Vincenzo this farmed? Oh, well, he's... He just runs in the triangle and just gives away his life. Take me!
Just feeding 600 gold out of a TB.
600? Oh my god.
Yeah.
What was he? 5 and 10 before that death?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, have fun with your high ground defense.
Oh, an Ags on Mirana.
Oh, cool.
Goodbye, illusions.
How was?
That was
That's a
Ogre 4-star.
really cool 4-star usage. But,
See you later, CK.
can you get the BKB off? Palace will do so. Wait, tough surely should be able to protect himself, dragging back Ogre to his death. Pelos gonna try and TP up,
Got him.
but the mark damage is enough thanks to the double ultimate from the Mangdai. But
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tino, they're gonna drag him into the tier 4 range.
Oh,
but
the arrow.
Oh, okay.
Is under
Inkswell purging it off. Bob's gonna blink forward. Stick charge, not enough, and dissimulate on cooldown.
Dire's
Wow.
middle barracks has fallen.
Bob
Beyond
TA.
godlike.
Dire's
pretty
middle
crazy.
barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
You know what a silver lining
Lane
is?
went a lot better than I expected for the Void Spirit, but it just shows the power of the TA, right? Like, if you don't... They had multiple ways to counter it, to be fair. I just feel like Shanks played out of his mind, and unfortunately, there wasn't the same level of output from Lim. Like, he missed a few stacks, he didn't make the same rotations, and that's fine if you're a Grimstroke, but you got to win the lane if that's the case, and it's pretty hard to win a lane with a Conquer and a DP.
Bob, pretty aggressive. One more swipe is not enough. The BKB expiring.
Is he's
He's
gonna
going.
dive.
Yeah, he might also get Lim as well. Why not? He's probably got. It honestly
There's
feels
no
like
mind about it.
if I'm. This is a game where, you know, sometimes I like to play bot games. Maybe this is rude for Patriots. I'm gonna say it anyway. So, sometimes I like to play bot games, and this is kind of looking when you're like 18-0, and you're diving bots, and you're just killing one off, and then everyone else is trying to retreat, but you're just cutting heroes down with 3 hits. Like, this is,
Ramangdai is attempting a kill.
they might be able to. Refraction. Bob get... Oh, no. Oh, yes. The good old counter. No detection. It's Pelos. Can he catch up to Ramangdai? Oh, my lord. They didn't have detection again, as Jikri won't be able to TP out. That's it. That's over. That's game. GG's. Yeah, as Execration. Dude, what a absolute beatdown. Bob didn't even give a GG. What? Come on, man.
Radiant victory.
I mean, Ares said it best.
No.
Execration able to beat the bots on Patriots side and
Oh,
pretty convincing
no.
fashion. Yeah, clip it, send it to them to make them know how you feel about them. But no, it was a great performance from Execration, right? I don't think they did anything like horribly on Patriots side. I think Shanks had a fantastic game. I think Bob had a fantastic game. It was really just that the rotations were constant. They made use of the blink dagger timings. Shanks missed, I think I only saw like 2 missed arrows the entire game. Made stacks, made rotations, secured runes, got kills in the mid lane. He did everything you could possibly want. And they just picked flexible enough heroes for the early game. Like DP first pick, it's still strong. Not as strong, but still damn strong.
Yeah, no, I think well-deserved props given over to Shanks on the Mirana and all of Execration as well. They looked really solid. Bob on the Templar Assassin, it's always something that he's shown to be a very strong player with it in the past. Of course, we've also seen him Palace, and he's also very good as a Templar Assassin, but Bob is on another level, and that showed in this game 1. Luckily enough, it is a best of 2, so we see Patriots can find something deep in themselves to be able to come back and tie this series. And of course, again, if they are able to take the 1 map victory, then they will secure at least a place in the lower bracket. This is also their last map as well for Patriots for Phase 2. So they want to go off with a bang. We'll see if they can have a different performance in the second game, though, as it will be Execration leading the series 1-0. We'll see you guys shortly after the break.